Hey guys, how's it going? Sorry. Hi, my name is Gabriel. I'm Italian, and yes, I can make a killer lasagna. No, I'm not in Glasgow because somebody in my family owns a chip shop. And no, I'm not mafia. And I say this because every time I say I'm Italian, somebody asks me if I'm mafia. And they're people that I've just met or people that I've known for a while. Like, hey Gabe, I've known you for a couple of years, but you never told me, are you mafia? Well, funny you should ask. I lost a lot of friends. Had to kill them all. And the problem is that if they don't ask me if I'm mafia, they ask me if I'm an Italian stallion. And how am I supposed to answer that? I cannot say yes, because I don't want to be a mythologically sized dickhead. And I cannot say no, because of the girl who was trying to shut up a minute before this guy asked me about my sexual prowess. And how is it okay to ask that anyways? Like, hey, I just met you, but I was just wondering if your sexual expertise is in line with this stereotype of people. No? Too bad. Anyways, I'm in Glasgow because I'm doing a master in IT, but it's always weird to say that I'm doing a master in IT because I actually don't know much about it. And, I don't know. And when I tell people, they usually start to ask me questions like, how do I uninstall this program? How do I recover all my data? How do I delete all my internet history but keep all my porn? And it's embarrassing when I have to tell them that, no, I don't know how to uninstall your program. I don't know how to recover your data. And frankly, if you have to delete all your internet history and keep all your porn, it's pretty easy. Come, I'll show you how. The reason why I'm doing IT is because I felt like I had to salvage my soul from the depths of philosophy, which is what I was doing before. And now I'm doing stand-up because I feel like I have to salvage my soul from that. And when this one blows up in my face, I can always join the family business, which is totally not something illegal and that involves organized crime and murder. Nothing on that. But no, philosophy was a pretty sad moment of my life. It was like doing nothing for 3 years in the most stressful and painful way as possible. It was like reaching the minimum result with the maximum effort. Like killing flies with a shotgun. It was just... And it's also because I try to explain. Like, it's because when you tell people that you do philosophy, the first thing they tell you is something like, so you basically sit on your ass and think about stuff. And you get really mad because philosophy is one of the most ancient and noble disciplines of all time. You don't just sit on your ass and think about stuff. You can do that shit standing up. But I guess it's true. Philosophy is just like thinking about stuff and putting it into a coherent form and then writing it all down and it then vanishes all in the wind. It's like making sandcastle on a sunny beach, except it's dark. You're in a corner of a library and you die a little inside. It's true. Very sad. I still remember the first essay we had to write. It was on the impossibility of moral responsibility, which in non-asshole means talk about free will, basically. And why didn't I say it like that? Because that's not how philosophy fucking works, is it? Because you have to take every word and every concept and tangle it beyond recognition until just the author can recognize what is written. It's crazy. Do you know what Hegel said when they asked him to explain his writing? He said, well, maybe if you don't understand them, you shouldn't. What a huge dick. Dick. But yeah, the essay was on free will. So I read a bunch of stuff, I did some thinking, and then I went outside to smoke a cigarette, and bam, it hit me. And I thought that if all our actions are determined by either luck or the environment or our genetic makeup, then there's no space for freedom. There's no space for talent or hope or chance. Destiny is written, the die is cast. You know, our free will is just a comfortable illusion. It's gonna be a long 3 years. At the beginning, this kind of thought is really scary. Feeling like nothing matters, feeling like everything is already determined, like your balls in the giant game of snooker of the universe. But I'm a firm believer of the fact that when you lose all hope, the most amazing things can happen. Like, think about it. You're worried for an exam, you stop caring, you ace it. You're embarrassed to talk to a girl, you stop caring, she mistakes it for confidence, and she finds you attractive. Desperation is the new confidence. It's true. Losing all hope is also a fundamental requirement for understanding a philosophy paper. And this is because you have to establish this connection with the author. And you have to read his paper over and over again like a mantra. And at the beginning you think, who can write such bullshit? But then after a couple of readings, you think, you understand a couple of words, and then you kind of sort of get it, and then bam, it hits you. But it's not nice. It's not like enlightenment. You don't understand life better. It's more like someone hypnotized you against your own will. More like the 10th shot of the night. You don't know how it happened, but you're there, and the world feels slightly different now. It's like that. And it's always like, philosophers always try to make you see the world through their eyes. And it's a bit like entering somebody's house for the first time. You step in, and they jump out and scream like, "What are you doing? The floor is lava, can't you see?" "What do you mean the floor is lava?" "The floor is lava!" And then you start jumping from a metaphysical armchair to a metaphorical sofa, and then you land on a ontological carpet, and then you also start to wonder, yeah, maybe the floor is lava. And it starts to feel like, Mario's lava level. Yeah. Or the Balrog scene in The Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I did philosophy in AT. I'm a nerd, big surprise. But yeah, this is what philosophy is intuitions based on assumptions. Philosophy is not a thing. Philosophy is a game. It's like Dungeons and Dragons without the dragons. It's like, yeah. It's like a game of chess between life and death, and you're the board. It's like Twister, but you don't get to tongue your body with anyone else's. It's the boring version. Philosophers are not the ones who have answers. Philosophers are the ones who ask questions. And there's only 3 things I feel like I know for sure now. The first one is that any sandwich is better with 2 kinds of cheese. Any sandwich. The second one is that life is like a grapefruit. It's bittersweet, it's incredibly difficult to peel, and it's much better if you dunk it in sugar. Take that away. Like, you can have that. You can have it. And the third one is that England and Scotland are pretty much the same country is not an acceptable joke to say in Glasgow. Thank you. I'm Gabriel Rossi. Bye.